Hello, this is the last in the second season, a mini-season, Halloween special of What's in the Egg, Rob. I think we've been quite obvious, haven't we?
Well, I don't know. I've either just been swimming.
You got a massive Veruca sock on your head.
What did you say, Duncan Goodyear?
Duncan Goodyear, absolute legendary 80s swimmer. Or the Hamlet advert.
Yeah, I just shaved the head. Did I miss a few?
Yeah, it's a bit, mate, yeah. It's actually as scary as what we're going to pull out of the egg in a bit. So, without further ado, for the last time in 2023, I think, no, we're going to do a Christmas one.
Maybe do a Christmas one, if the demand
is. If the demand is, which it will be, oh yes. So, what is in the egg, Rob?
Oh yeah, as if you didn't need to guess.
Yes. Friday the 13th.
We've gone for... Wait for the egg to close. We've gone for Friday the 13th, the final chapter, part 4.
Part 4.
The one you've been screaming for.
Is that what it says?
Yeah. That's probably one of my favourite covers.
I love that cover. That sends me right back to old school video shops. In the horror section, that and American Werewolf in London is the one that's like... And I never really wanted to rent it because it just looked too scary.
Yeah?
Yeah, it does.
I agree, you didn't take a film home because it just looked too scary.
Yeah, and there's not much about that looks... It just freaked me out. It stood out there. I saw it on Driller Killer.
Yeah?
Driller Killer... Not American Werewolf in London and this.
Nice. What about The Thing?
Oh yeah,
It's a shit cover, but
it's horrible.
It's horrible. Yeah.
They've never nailed that cover.
No.
Going back to The Thing, they've never. It's been either quite a boring one or that horrible ginger hair dude with his face stretched out, and he's like, it's horrible.
Yeah.
And that's but again, fantastic. But anyway.
For those who's wondering, I am cosplaying as Corey Feldman, as Tommy Jarvis, obviously.
Yeah, he's not got a lot of peach on, have you, Robert? Yeah, he's generally got Robert Elner, don't worry about it. All his fans, he's got his hair still. But yeah, Tommy Jarvis. And I love the polo neck. It just goes really well. It's a brilliant costume, mate. It's like, I feel like you're taking the piss out of me. Without no hair, I'm taking this off now. Hi. It's the most comfortable mask we've used in this series. Yeah, I could breathe under it and everything, but
leave him there.
Leave him there.
So,
go on.
This is part 4. What was the first Friday the 13th you saw? Do you remember?
Yes, I do. It was number 1.
Wow.
Yeah. So I was very, very late to the whole thing. Not that long ago. Okay. Probably 20 years ago.
Right.
Which isn't that long ago. It is to some people, but I was like in my late 20s then. Yeah. So I wasn't that fussed about it, and I thought, I'll watch it. I think it's because of Scream.
Okay.
Do you know when Scream go, who's a killer in Friday the 13th, and she says, Jason. And it's obviously it's his mum.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, sorry. Yeah. So I went to watch that, and actually, thinking this when we were setting this up, this is probably the first Friday the 13th for me is probably the best first ones out of the ones we've been doing.
Okay.
I prefer it.
Interesting.
I think it's a good story. I mean, some of the kills are decent. Yeah. Some of the effects. I think it was Rob Bottin. It's nice. That was bizarre. Scary, eh? That was like coming from over there, wasn't it?
Yeah.
This is genuine, by the way. This goes all tits up and someone pops out of here and we get butchered. Live on camera. You end up having to go to fucking hospital like that. Something wrong with this man. Yeah. Literally.
I think it was Tom Savini did the first one.
Did he?
I think so, yeah.
Where did he get Rob Bottin from?
I don't know. What did Rob Bottin do?
Thing.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, The Thing. And what else did he do?
Kevin.
It's so strange, isn't it? It's like someone's in the video machine. Right, okay, so just to put things into context, Rob might edit this, but that wall is an exterior wall. It's outside and we're up on the top floor of our building, which isn't very big. However, no one really should be out there making that noise.
Can you hear it?
If you can hear it, it's what? Well, we'll find out in a bit, mate, won't we? Proper fucking scary, that is. Keep watching because some scary shit might happen. All right, we'll keep going. We'll find out what it is in a bit. if he disappear, and they found this footage.
Like we're not doing the Blair Witch, but this might be leading to it.
Shitty version of the Blair Witch, but better than a lot of these found footage films that they've been releasing recently.
We have to talk. Kevin Bacon's in the first one.
Yep, the knife to the throat, and.
So that's your favourite of all the fairs of like Halloween?
Yes, I think it beats. I don't. I'm probably wrong with Nightmare on Elm Street, but I liked it. I think the story was. I like the story to it. Not a mad fan of the ending, but it was not bad.
Okay.
But yeah, I liked it. It's one of them films you can watch, and I suppose it's got everything you need in a slasher film. When was it made? The first one?
It was. Let me just have. I don't know when the first one was. Is it like 81 maybe? Or was it even before?
So is it in between Halloween and Nightmare on Elm Street?
It's way before Nightmare on Elm Street. Way before.
I thought it was because obviously.
Because this came out. Final chapter came out the same year as Nightmare on Elm Street 1, 1984.
Did it really?
Oh yes. So this came out in Friday the 13th, April.
To be honest, I don't know a great deal about Friday the 13th. But I do. What I've seen, I've not seen all of them. I've seen this. I've seen the Manhattan one. I've seen the third one. I've seen Jason Goes to Hell. I've seen quite a few. Jason X, which you love and I didn't like.
Have you seen Jason Lives?
Yes. So I've seen most of them.
Yeah.
And I've seen the second one as well, where she's in hospital.
Yeah.
Because it
the
annoyed
second
me.
one was the first one I saw.
Really?
Yeah. So
did it not annoy you?
I only saw a little bit of it initially, and it scared me a little bit because that's the one with the head in the refrigerator.
Yeah.
I saw that scene at my auntie's, and it's like, oh God, this is like horrible. I was only a young baby.
And it's weird how it spawned like such a character and such an iconic mask that is not in every film. As you say. It's not
very clever, really.
His mask in that one.
The first time you see the mask is part 3.
Yeah.
Richard Brooker, the 3D one. Then this one, which was apparently going to be the last one, and then they brought him back in part 5, which again, spoiler, it's not Jason, but it's a different mask.
Yeah.
Then once they kind of hit the stride with 6th, with Zombie Jason, that's when it would kind of.
So it is iconic, but it's not as iconic as everyone probably thinks.
No,
that mask.
Yeah. It's quite an interesting point, actually.
Yeah.
But I always liked because I think the first one I saw fully was probably part 6. Then I was reading Fangor.
Which one's that one?
Jason Lives with Tom Matthews in Return of the Living Dead. He plays Tommy Jarvis.
Oh yeah.
There's always lots of throwback scenes and pictures of Corey Feldman. I was a big Corey Feldman fan because I'd seen him in all the teen films. I was like, oh God, I got to see this film with Corey Feldman. So I kind of knew a little bit about this when I went in, and I think this is probably one where if you want to know what Jason and everything's about, this is probably a good one to go in for.
It's dead easy to watch.
Yeah.
I think, and as cheesy as shit as it is.
It's very cheesy.
It's so cheesy. But it's in a good way.
Yeah.
It can be cheesy because it falls flat on its arse.
Yeah.
This doesn't, I don't think.
Okay.
Even Crispin Glover's dancing.
Okay, we'll get to that. I want to get to that.
Okay, cool.
One thing what's cool about this, it literally follows on from part 3.
Yeah, it does.
Picks up,
Yeah.
which is great, but then there's also a ridiculous part because it's like the next day there's people going to the camp. That place would have been cordoned off and no one near it for months. But the campers are going in and they're not bothered.
Yeah, it's like, go straight in. I kind of wish I'd have watched this when I should have watched it though. Because when I watched it when you're a bit older, the things like the swimming scenes, it's like I'm like in 30s and 40s, it's not like, but if I'd have been a teenager this has been rented every week.
Yes, and one thing I want to talk about that, the real star of this film, it's not Crispin Glover and his dancing, it's not Corey Feldman. In hindsight, it's Judy Aronson from Weird Science.
Yes.
Who played Hilly in Weird Science. It's her first film role.
Really?
Yeah. And then she went on to do Weird Science straight after. But she's beautiful. She was also in
There is some quite beautiful women in this film, but also some proper slags. Would you say? I got confused, once.
This is the one with the twins in it.
Yeah, and that threw me completely.
And they're British, apparently.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It threw me because I thought, wasn't she copping off with that dude there? And then all of a sudden she's whoring it out the other bloke. And I was like, they're twins, aren't they? Yeah, foolish me.
Yeah, I think they're British, which is quite cool.
But yeah, the concept is like any horror film of the 80s.
How did Jason get? He goes. They kill him in part 3. They take him to the morgue, the hospital. They watch that weird aerobicized video.
Oh, that dude. Sorry for clicking my fingers.
Yeah.
The mortician. Is that right? He was Fackler in Police Academy.
You mentioned that. Yeah.
Sorry, did I nick that off you?
No, you mentioned it. I was like, holy crap.
Yeah, it's Fackler, and he's playing a sexy dude with his
He's
nurse.
not sexy whatsoever.
No, it's Fackler from Police Academy. If you've seen Police Academy, you go, Fackler's the least sexiest bloke in that. There's only probably Stephen Guttenberg and George Martin. But yeah, that first bit's wicked. And again, if you watched it when you were like, oh, the nerves,
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
like, what's going off here?
but
I've
that's-
got no idea. He just wakes up, doesn't he?
Yeah, but how does he get back to the camp? Does he steal a car or something? I don't know what he does.
I can't remember. It's a good question. Pretty bad because I watched this 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, because there's a hitchhiker in it. And all that.
Yeah, which I think that's a sort of that was an attempt at having a
Come across.
sorry, Ducky, a lead male who's a bit of a hero.
Yeah.
And I think it didn't work. That didn't work for
Well,
me.
they're the other hitchhiker that I'm talking about, the one with the banana.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Oh, no, it wasn't a hitchhiker's bloke I'm on about, was it?
Oh, okay.
It was a camper.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that girl. Yeah, she just get killed for no reason.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how he arrived.
I can't remember. I have to rewatch it again.
Movie magic.
Yeah.
He just about all of them really. So if you saw like a 6'7" bloke with a hockey mask and a machete in his hand, you'd phone someone, wouldn't you? Or like Michael Myers who wears the same mask all the time, you'd phone somebody. They can't be that inconspicuous, can they? They're fucking massive. And it's like they wear the same shit all the time. Like, that's him that killed about 20 kids last week. We best get on the blower.
Oh man. What do you reckon Crispin Glover's dance? We can't do a
yeah.
final chapter thing without.
Is that a dancer? I don't know.
Do you know what song they was originally dancing to?
No.
It was originally dancing to Back in Black by AC/DC.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
And they replaced it. It must have been a licensing thing. They couldn't
Yeah.
get it. And it's by a band. I wrote it in my notes. It is Love Is a Lie by the band Lion.
Oh, okay.
Which I think if you go online, somebody's put Back in Black back in. Don't make his dancing any better. It's still all over the place.
That's horrendous, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Interesting about the band Lion though.
Well,
They're also on this soundtrack, but they're also on the Wraith soundtrack and the Transformers soundtrack.
Really?
So they must have been on some record label like Scotty Brothers or something, which always did the soundtrack.
yeah, and
They were the go-to band.
That was a lot. I remember in the 80s and 90s where you get a lot of bands being on, and luckily for me, Soul Asylum were one of the bands that were on Faculty and Twister. Things like, what the fuck is Soul Asylum on Twister? But they did a great song, Missed This. And so you're right, I had like bands that were appear on soundtracks consistently, like, well, what they got to do with the feel of this film? But yeah, that's interesting. The soundtrack, I love the soundtrack in this film though. It's like such a diverse. They could put on different records on it. Then it's like, but yeah, it's kind of teenagers asking for trouble, aren't they? Really. But they're not doing any harm, are they? Just getting pissed up in a cabin. And,
Exactly.
And then Jason gets pissed off and decides to kill them all.
Corey Feldman's good in this one. When Corey Feldman was still decent, when he was relatable to all of us.
Again, when he ends up looking like you now, it's probably the scariest bit in the film. Would you say?
It looks weird, doesn't he?
Yeah, he frightens me a little bit, and that's scarier than seeing Jason's face. You see his face in this, don't you?
Yeah.
At the end, he takes his mask off, and all I can remember is the dancing, the Ho girls, and the morgue scene at the start. But it's dead watchable. It's like even Jason Goes to Manhattan one.
Yeah.
Sorry. That's terrible, but it's watchable.
But it's the one you hope it's going to be better. It's like Howard the Duck. You hope it's going to be better every time you watch it.
They kind of shoehorn that in a bit, though, didn't they? When they went Jason Goes to Manhattan. For about 5 minutes. Gets a t-shirt and comes back home. He doesn't do it, does he? I think he's standing in Times Square, and that's it. The rest of it was shot in Chicago, wasn't it, or something stupid like that. He went to fucking for a day trip on ferry. Comes back. He's like, so we'll market this whole film around New York and have one shot in New York, which is the.
I want to go and watch it again. I want to go and watch it.
Yeah, and it's dead watchable. Hour and a half, bosh.
Yeah.
When films are hour and a half, and it's just.
I think that's a good thing about the Friday the 13th ones. They are good. They are the proper brain dead, shut your brain off, popcorn slasher films.
Definitely, and they're not trying to. I mean, so look at that. Say we went back to Halloween, and then where you can look at it on artistic merit and say this is Resident did this shot for this reason. This is iconic. There's not many iconic moments in these, is there? It's just fucking good fun, and that's why I like them. I think they're just like, you're not going to go away. Apart from Jason X, but I was being a bit of a film snob in them days.
Yeah.
You're not going to go away from a Friday the 13th film going, oh, that was shit. It was a waste of my time. You're going to be entertained. You're going to be slightly entertained.
Some blood, some boobs, hockey mask, done.
Bosh. See you later. Or maybe his crazy mum. The first one's actually the least rewatchable one of the lot, isn't it? Even though it's probably the best one, it's the least rewatchable. So, to probably not close yet, but Freddy versus Jason, we'll go back to that too in a big loop. Who were you rooting for?
Oh, Freddy, all the time.
Freddy?
Yeah. Had to.
But there's cool bits in there where you think Jason's
a badass because he's just a badass. He's like larger than life. He's like a horror Terminator, isn't he?
Yeah, that's a very good point. So who would win between a fight between all three of them? Like, I know it's been done in Freddy vs Jason, but let's hypothetically speaking, obviously, who do you think would win in a fight between Freddy, Michael, and Jason?
Well, you got to, in the real world, you got the whole dream element with Freddy.
Well, he could use his powers, couldn't he? Bring him back into dream.
Yeah,
Use that.
well, in the dreams, Freddy'd win, but in kind of real world, probably Jason, just from sheer brute force. Michael wouldn't stand a chance.
I don't think he would either. You shook him in one of them meat things that they did in the end of the film and chop him up to it. Oh yeah, I think you're right. Fuck Michael. I think he'd lose. He's third.
Yeah.
And it'd be a shootout between those two, I think. Freddy's more nimble.
Yes, I mean,
He's more athletic and
Jason, yeah.
jumps around a lot more.
Yeah, but just a brute sheer force. If Freddy was, if you didn't have to kill him in a supernatural way, Jason's got him. I think.
So would you rather have the three? I'd rather have Michael Myers chase him than any of those two.
Yeah.
Because you stand a chance. You just walk a little bit quicker. And you're away, aren't you? Yeah. Whereas, I think Jason, you fucked it. And Freddy you are, because you can't escape because you're dreaming about him.
What do you think? Who would win?
Who would you rather
battle?
be? Yeah,
the
who would you
three-way. The slasher three-way.
Yeah, like like WrestleMania 4, isn't it? Do you reckon about a time when it was shit enough to pull that off? Bobby the Brain Heenan could be manager of one of them.
Yeah.
And who's it? Slick, yeah.
And Jimmy Hart.
Jimmy Hart, definitely Jimmy Hart, yeah. Yeah, they could, and they'll have Gorilla Monsoon on the mic. That'd be shit out, wouldn't it?
Yeah, do a
Sorry,
smell.
no, not at all. I do that in photographs. If you notice, I'm like miles away from everybody else. Football photographs. There's always like team photo, and I'm like there. I don't know why. I think it's me, Ed stuff going on.
You got aura, haven't you?
I like to
You like Ready Breck.
Yeah.
Don't get him a Ready Breck aura.
No, I got Ready Breck aura. I used to love that Ready Breck, didn't you?
I used to eat it dry. Loads of sugar.
That's not a bad thought.
Now if I did it, I'd have a spoonful, I'd cough. It'd just go everywhere.
Like some crack then.
Yeah.
Do you get Ready Breck anymore?
Yeah.
Do you always think that's one of the first things as kids? I know you bought me some X-ray specs. It was the X-ray specs thing that didn't work, and Ready Breck. I genuinely thought that it would be like, I go outside, I'll be fucking sweating. And you didn't at all. You didn't at all. And will you eat 3 shredded wheat? That's the other thing. Yeah, I'll give it a bash. But my mum never let me because it was like, no, 3 shredded wheat will fit in the bowl.
It'd be like swallowing chewing gum or
mate.
going swimming
After eating.
After eating straight away. You never did. You're just like a little bit too scared to try it.
Did you swallow chewing gum?
No.
I went for a throw to do it, mate. It feels weird. Try it. It's weird. You can do it, but it just feels like it gets stuck in my throat. I don't know what the...
Don't rub your microphone.
Oh shit, sorry. What was the argument with swallowing chewing gum? You couldn't digest it?
Because it wrapped round your lungs. Wrap round your lungs. You've got to get in your lungs. Wrap round your... I don't know.
Wrap round your lungs.
I don't know.
And you went like this as well? Your lungs are here? So it's not a biological...
No. Anatomically correct.
Yeah, definitely not.
Yeah. So this is like What's in There, Grob, where we talk about horror films, but now we're talking about
mythology of mums don't go swimming when you've eaten.
Well, I hope you've enjoyed this brief series.
Yeah.
We will be back.
I think we'll do a Christmas one. We've got plenty of Christmas ones to do. We did a few last year, didn't we? But that was Thanksgiving, wasn't it?
Yeah. We'll be back. Let us know what you think.
Give it a watch.
We'll see you soon.
Bye-bye.
Three times before, you have felt the terror, known the madness, lived the horror. But this is the one you've been screaming for. Friday the 13th, the final chapter. Jason is back. He moves like a shadow, dark and silent.
Sorry you changed your mind?
He never utters a word. He doesn't even seem to breathe.
Where the hell's the corkscrew?
He simply, mindlessly, mercilessly kills. But now, Jason's reign of terror is over. Friday the 13th. The final chapter. Jason's unlucky day.